Martian Maggot. Martian Maggot calling in to the show from Canada. You are live on Truth Wanted. What's going on?
Alien stuff already. I'm pumped.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Dan. No, I tried to send a picture. I don't know if you got it or not.
I do have the picture, and I'm happy to talk about this. Is this what you want to talk about today? This picture you've sent me?
Yeah. Or yeah, other stuff too.
Okay. Well, what's the other stuff? Wait, because like if you have a picture, I feel like we should talk about that first, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Actually, hold on. Here's what I'm going to do. Maybe you should start talking about that other stuff first while I put this into OBS here. Actually, I should get this picture and put it in my background so everybody can see it. So give me a sec while I do that. Tracy, you got to stall for me, okay? Say something funny or cool.
Okay, I'll stall. So Martian. I'm sorry, it's covered up. Can I just call you Martian, or do you need the maggot on there? It feels disrespectful.
Or you can call me Daniel.
Daniel. Okay, Daniel.
Yeah.
Give us a little preview of the other stuff. Like, give us a little preview of the other stuff other than to hype us up while we're waiting.
Well, last time I called, me and Dan, he called. I mean, we were talking at the end of the show, and he had to end the call, and we were talking about the alien abduction phenomena, and because I didn't get to make my final point because Dan, he had to move on. I understand, so he had to cut me off, and that's fine. But I wanted to make a point. What we were talking about was the liar, lunatic, or Lord argument about Jesus Christ, and my argument about
where I think it is,
which is.
You think?
Sorry,
my
Jesus was
theory,
an
alien?
No. He's not saying that. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I got excited.
No. Okay, sorry. Yeah, about Jesus, the liar, Lord, or lunatic. No, liar, lunatic, or Lord. And I say about alien abductions, and I had three possibilities, and I say that they're lying, or it's a mental phenomena, lunatic, if you want to say, or they're telling the truth. What happened to them physically happened. It exactly happened to them. And when I said that to Dan, he said something about he has relatives who believe that Jesus is visiting them. Because I said the difference between people who have religious sightings, whatever. What I was trying to say was that they are dealing with the supernatural, whereas the alien abduction phenomena, I think, is just coming from the natural universe. These aliens are coming from the same natural universe that we come from, whereas the people making this religious claim, that's a supernatural claim, and we have no evidence for a supernatural world. I think you'd all agree with that. But we have.
I do agree with that. The problem is, of course, I don't think that we have natural evidence for aliens, at least not yet, right? I haven't seen.
Hold it. No, you didn't let me finish, Dan.
Okay. Okay. Well, you've been going for a bit here, so go ahead, finish up.
No, what I was going to say is the difference is that there is a supernatural claim, but I'm making a natural, and there is evidence of a natural universe that produced a planet, that produced a civilization, and this civilization produced technology, and they're getting out into space, this planet. I think you heard about it, where we all wake up to it every fucking day.
Yeah.
So there is evidence for a natural universe that these aliens could come from. We came from.
There is evidence that it's happened at least once, but like just because you see a bear somewhere doesn't mean that there's evidence that there's bears everywhere. You know what I mean? Like you can't just say that for all existing life. But here's the thing, Dave. I have the picture ready. It is behind me. So we're gonna do this today. This is how we're gonna do this because I need to give my thoughts on this. First of all, I had to blow this image up because this was an image for ants. This was the smallest. This was like postage stamp sized. I don't know if you realize that really small. So I had to blow this thing up. It is not going to look good, but we're trying our best here. But I got it on screen here. Tell me what I need to see.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, sorry about that. I just sent a small image because I thought that's the best thing to do.
No, you definitely got to send the big one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm just
that's
afraid,
okay,
because I'm using my phone. Because I'm using my phone to do it, and if I'm afraid if I hang up on you, I'll get cut off or something.
Or just, you know, pull up. You don't have to see it on my screen. What you do is you have the picture, right? Just show me on what you see on the picture and what I should be seeing. Because I'll tell you what I think I see right now. I think I just see a bunch of rocks. I don't think I really see anything. I don't see any aliens or anything. So what am I missing?
In the middle of
red dirt.
In the middle of the picture, there's a blurred out image. Oh God.
You talking about, sorry about okay, so it doesn't help that this is, again, an image for ants, because it's already pretty blurry and I had to blow it up, so the quality is not good. I'm assuming you mean this sort of center mass. I feel like I'm the weatherman right now. Here's this center mass over here is where we're going to worry about. Okay. It looks like it's just because this rock is closer in frame than the stuff behind it, so it's, you know, it's just not in focus. Yeah. Hello, are you there? You might have muted yourself on accident if you're on your phone. Martian maggot. No, come on. We got the picture on screen and everything. You can't go away now.
I need to know what this blur is supposed to be.
Can you hear me now, guys?
There we go. Oh, I was so worried. I thought we'd lost you. Okay, enlighten me here. What am I seeing? What am I supposed to be looking at?
Well, I just tried to resend a bigger file. It's a blurred image is what it is. It's
you did send a bigger one. I'll try to get the bigger one on screen and while we're talking. But like, what I don't get what I'm like. Why is this supposed to impress me? I guess like, what am I supposed to be seeing here?
Well, I'm just trying to show you a blurred image that they're obviously don't want you to see something. You can hopefully the bigger image you'll see that there's a blurred square, a rectangular blurring around it. There's something under the blur. I mean, you guys really don't see this? I hope my.
I mean, I see the blur. This can.
Yeah,
and had to be like zoom enhance. I just did some NCIS on here. You're saying this is purposefully blurred? This right here?
Yes.
And that's the cover up?
It's obviously purposely blurred. Look at it. It's a rectangular blur marking.
I see the hard line he's talking about on the right side.
Okay, but isn't this part of I'm guessing this is part of a stitched together image, right?
It's right behind your head, Dan. It's right behind your head. Yes.
Where did you get this picture, Daniel?
From that billion pixel, it's from the.
Well, from Mars Street View?
Site that, no.
Over the Pixel site, the NASA puts out.
Remember?
Yeah. Like
the one that you can't move around on it anymore.
It looks like this is one of those shots where they did a 360 shot, right? And then they just kind of stitched it together, and it just didn't stitch quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Which, like, if you go on Street View right now, if you go on Google Street View, this happens all the time with pictures. Like they have the 360 shots, and they don't always quite work right. So I don't know. I think that's what we're seeing here.
If you look in the part that is said to be blurred, the background is in perfect resolution. It's the foreground that's blurred out. So yeah, even though there is a hard line there, I'm agreeing with the stitch together, because that's how they make these big panoramic shots, is they stitch together a whole bunch of pictures, and it's entirely within the realm of possibility that on this photograph it was focused to a further distance, and on this photograph it was focused to a closer distance. That's not a crazy stretch of the imagination there.
But the point you're missing is that this is a close-up of it. If you pan back, you'll see that the blurring is just a rectangular around that little squiggly thing. It looks like, to me, it looks like a, I don't know, it's a strange like creature or something that's being.
Well, I wish you had the zoomed out
one
one so that we could look in comparison. But
I'm trying to find it on the internet,
know,
frankly.
Well, that's a mistake. Well, you can't access the site anymore, but someone copied it, so I'll try to get a better picture.
All right, I'm a little disappointed. I thought you were going to talk about maybe this white part right here, and you were going to be like, "This is an alien corpse that's just like hanging out." Like I thought we were going to go like somewhere there, but your concern is that there's purposeful censorship happening on our Mars base.
Yeah,
and furthermore, if there's purposeful censorship, they've done a terrible job. Just don't upload the photo with the alien thing in it, rather than upload the photo with the alien thing in it and just blur it, but only in this area.
Right. Yeah. Like, why not just Photoshop everything at that
not
point?
Not upload it at all.
Yeah.
Like,
people don't care. People don't care, and I already told you that they took down that you can't use that site anymore. You can't move around it anymore to look at these things. That conveniently happened in the last like 5 years or whatever.
Yeah, it's almost as if NASA has been defunded. I mean, like, you know, it takes a lot of server space to have entire landscapes of Mars and to display that on a government dime. You know, they got to use that stuff for other things. That's not unusual. You know how much space it takes to take up all the pictures we have of Google Earth, right? Let alone whatever we're doing on Mars. So I don't know, that part doesn't surprise me, man.
Here's the thing that's making it really difficult for me, Daniel. I want to know what you think. Do you think there's anything behind the blur, or do you just don't know and are curious?
Yeah, that's a good question. What will we be hiding? Because like it just looks like a rock to me.
There's a big rock there, but in the middle of that rock where the blur is, it looks like a squiggly, like Roger, the guy who made the original video, thinks it's a drawing. I think it's some sort of creature. That's what I'm seeing. It's some sort of creature. And they just don't want people to know about it. They don't want the people to know.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I can understand. So let me roll with this.
Okay.
You see some kind of creature, and they don't want people to know that there are creatures on Mars. Even though every time that we've discovered that Mars is actually a lot more interesting and possibly more habitable than we thought it was, and all this other stuff, every time someone has said that every time we've discovered that, you know, there was water on Mars and there's an active work to try and get to Mars, we're trying to get there. Wouldn't showing animals of some kind on Mars just sort of up the hype of getting to Mars and seeing these animals? What's your thought here? Because my understanding is that we're actively trying to get there right now.
My thought is that it's covering up it's a bigger issue of I've been calling Dan for a couple of years now, and my basic belief is that I've been following the ufology for the past 40 years, and one of the aspects of it I always wondered about was people are asking, where could all these aliens be coming from? It's so far to the nearest star or whatever. It's such an incredible distance. And my theory is that in the years 2000s, what I noticed more and more what were called anomaly channels were coming on YouTube, and guys were looking at NASA pictures of the moon, of Mars, of other planets, of other moons in our solar system, and noticing that there's a lot of, you can't see the surface. It's always over focused, or it's it's out of focus, always the surface. And when they start applying like tools to it, editing tools or whatever, like whatever you call it, you can uncover what's on the surface, and there seems to be structures. And my theory is that it's just that they have some connection to us. That's what's behind the UFO phenomena. I think the aliens, they live in our solar system, and they're hiding, basically watching over us like a zoological experiment.
Well, I mean, that's very interesting. But about the looking out at the other planets and whatnot, and it being overexposed and all this, there are limits to optical technology. For instance, if you take a microscope and you break off the base and you just have the focusing area and whatnot, and all the lenses, you can point that 20 feet away at the other end of the room, and no amount of focusing is going to focus that. It's just outside of the scope of that particular optics platform. So I don't find it at all surprising that something that's purported to be as far away as all of these bodies are, it's very difficult to bring into focus. And I also don't find it at all surprising that when you put these unfocused images through editing software, because the way that you focus things is you take the thing you've looked at, and then when you edit photography and whatnot, you take the thing you've looked at and then you take the image and you try and either get it closer to what you saw, or you try and just change all the focuses and get it to a clearer image. But if it's so far away that you can't get a clear image, no amount of changing it is going to bring out anything. You're just going to create artifacts that you can interpret as different things. Am I making it at all any sense here, or am I just talking crazy?
Yes. No. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that's what it is. Some of these are.
Okay. What do you think it is?
That are closer to. I think they're structures.
Okay.
That they're alien structures that are contained civilizations in a completely contained environment. That they have some technology that they can build into practically any moon or planet, and build from within and create a contained environment and not have to worry about an atmosphere.
And we're a zoo, like a zoo enclosure sort of deal, is your thought.
We're the zoo. I think we're planet Earth. The apes, the crazy apes on this planet. We're the zoo. We're the planet of the apes. And I think they're watching over us. Yeah.
Okay. Are they doing anything bad?
Like
as far as you can tell, are they being mean
to
us? Are they being mean to us in any way that you've managed to be able to tell?
No.
Like, are they hurting us?
Completely. No, they have. What am I trying to say? They're staying away from us. The prime directive, like in Star Trek. They have no involvement in us. They're just watching us. Like I said, like a zoological experiment.
Gotcha. So there are zookeepers, but they're just sort of watching. They're not zookeepers in the traditional sense, like you said, zoologists, and they're watching us, and they're
zoologists
keeping an eye on us. They think we're funny, or are they trying to study us?
Well, we've had this phenomenon going on for the past 80 years now, since World War II, since the Foo Fighters of World War II. And I think it's the best explanation for what's going on and why they're keeping it secret. And maybe there is a slow release, I don't know, of the information. Maybe that's what's going on with the Pentagon and all these revelations that are coming out lately.
Could be.
I mean...
I just think, man, like, like if we're talking about the science of image technology, right? And if we're already having trouble even just getting the image over to me, right? Because we're having some difference in the pixel size and stuff, right? Like, I don't know, maybe there's just some other things happening here that maybe we just don't fully understand. I mean, we're even just speculating, right? Like, I don't know for sure what's going on, but like, I just think that there's just going to be infinite more possibility that there's something else going on besides aliens. There's just so many things that have to happen for the alien thing to be true. I just don't see why, and we know we've gone over this a million times, but I just will never understand why that has to be the number one in probability for you, aside from every other explainable, phenomenon or idea that could be out there.
Well, I haven't heard everything explained. Like you guys are just talking about Roswell, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to forget his name, but he used. I know. I don't want to say his name, but I know who he is.
Our previous caller was talking about it. Our previous caller.
Brundlefly.
Mm-hmm.
The Cronenberg reference. Roswell, for me, one of the things that's always baffled me is why would the Jesse Marcel, the information officer, and the base commander, why would they think that just a bunch of plastic and wooden pieces, supposedly from this Project Mogul, were a UFO, an alien craft? I never understood that. Why would they be so dumb as to think that? Like they had experience of weather balloons and stuff. And also what happened to the rancher Mac Brazel, if it's true that the military held him, for a couple of days and for questioning and stuff, and then he came out and totally denied any. I'm just saying that there are some questions around it. I don't think.
I mean, there are social contagion kind of plays a role here, right? Like some people just kind of believe stuff just because other people believe stuff, or just some people just get really excited about an idea and then they get confused about what's real and what's not real, right? Like we see that kind of stuff happen all the time with cargo cults and all kinds of stuff. And I know that you're aware of that. You've watched this show. You've seen the things that we talk about, right? Like there's also just the motivation that some people like, saying that there's something out there and they like the attention they get from it. I mean, like, I'm not saying these are exactly what happened. I can't tell you that, but I'm saying like those are definitely more within the realm of possibility to me than just, oh, this one guy or these couple guys had it figured out and everybody else has just kind of covered it up. I just don't see enough reason to believe that, at least at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, I think that's pretty much all the time that we got for this one. I like having the pictures on screen, Daniel. So if you have the some more like better than this, but like I want to see some real aliens here, not just some blurred up stuff. If you got that, we should talk about that next time, and maybe we can come to a conclusion. Or you could not believe that they're aliens, but I don't know if we'll ever get there. We'll see.
Well, I think that's the problem, Daniel. You seem to want it has to be a perfectly clear picture or something like. Maybe
not perfectly clear, just not all blurred.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be better than this, right? It has to be better than this.
Right.
This can't be the minimum. You understand? Like we gotta go better.
Okay. Hey, there's a channel called. There's a YouTube channel called Alien Hunter, and this guy shows like moon structures and all that.
You guys show me your own research. You guys show me your own research here. Don't show me what the YouTubers are doing. What do you got? What's convincing to you?
Well, it is
the blurry rock, Dan.
But okay.
Anyway, I am gonna let you go. Thanks so much